back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about how wife in waiting helps you meet the right man. So if you're struggling to meet the right man, if you're really struggling to be going on dates, I want to share with you how the wife in waiting program walks you through this process. And if you're new here, my name is Tolu. I'm a Christian dating coach. I specialize in helping women of faith connect with their husbands, attract their husbands, basically just get married. And one of the ways I do this is through the wife in waiting program, which helps you learn the right way to date. Because part of the problem, let me tell you guys, and I've said this before, but part of the reason why it's difficult for you to step into a healthy relationship that leads to marriage is you're just not meeting enough men. You're basically not coming into contact with enough men. Or when you do, you tend to attach yourself too much to that connection. You get prematurely attached emotionally. You have all these expectations. Conversations fizzle out as a result. You get ghosted. It is the way you are dating, okay? It's the way you are dating. And in wife in waiting, what I show you how to do is date like a wife. Because when you date like a wife, you are setting yourself up to attract men that want to get married. It makes, let's use a very simple example. If you want to work in a law firm or a medical facility, you have to have certain qualifications, whether it being a doctor for the medical facility or a medical professional in some capacity, or having a legal background for the law firm. It's the same way if you want to get married, you want to be dating like a wife. And what the wife in waiting program does is to outline for you the exact steps to date like a wife, because as scripture says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So that means that in being a wife in waiting, you're already carrying a certain level of favor and capacity that is going to draw your husband. That's why he has to find you. So you make that easier by dating like a wife, so that you are attracting quality men. You're naturally attracting men that want a sustainable, healthy, long-term relationship. So if that isn't your experience or it sounds unfamiliar to you, it has to do with the way you're dating. And I don't want you to think, oh no, it's not the way I'm dating, maybe it's not my time, maybe it's not my season. Even if it wasn't your season to get married right now, it doesn't mean it is not your season to meet men. It doesn't mean it is not your season to be going on dates. There's this assumption, I don't know how it came about, but I suppose just based on what I say, I don't know how to phrase it, but based on the general environment around the way it is positioned in the Christian faith, there's this assumption you just jump into marriage. It doesn't work like that. You need to even just look at your scripture, choose any couple. You need to go through a certain process. So even if it's not your time to get, because I don't want you guys to spiritualize this thing to the point of foolishness. Even if it is not your season to get married, it doesn't mean it is not your season to be going on dates. It doesn't mean it is not your season to be learning about men, to be coming into contact with men. Being in a hidden season just means, which is one of the key, when you're in the single, when you're a single woman, there are 3 different stages you're going to go through. As the Lord reveals it to me, there's the hidden phase. No one can see you. Whatever you do, they can't see you. And then there's the transformation stage where men start coming, but it is now like a testing phase. You'll notice that your taste in men change. You will notice that you're not attracted to men the way you used to be before. And the reason for that is because you went through the hidden season. Because in that hidden season, you went through a process. You were pruned. The Lord separated you from a lot of things. You went through a refining. And that required you to be hidden. So for every season you are in, and in wife in waiting, I break this down in the curriculum. All my clients understand these 3 phases so that they are able to easily identify where they are, which is why I say the program shows you how to date like a wife, so that you're able to easily identify where you are, so you know exactly what you're meant to be doing. So if you're in the hidden season, that's when maybe the Lord is telling you, you need to develop your skill sets. You need to start your business. You really need to get your mindset in order. He's just doing a lot of internal work. He's trying to get your attention to focus. So he needs you to not be distracted. That is the reason you are hidden. Now, if you've gone through that season and you still think you're in the hidden season, I can guarantee you are not. Because that season, everything in the Lord, as Ecclesiastes 3 tells us, for every time there is a season. however I put it, but there's a season attached to timing. Okay, so if there's a hidden season, there's a purpose for that. And then there's a transformation season where you're going to get tested. You start meeting men. It's really just a season whereby you start learning the peculiarities of your own calling to marriage and so on and so forth. Again, I break this down for you inside Wife in Waiting. This is the only program I can confidently say that marries your Christian walk with the way you are going to date to meet your husband. So I'm not just teaching you practical strategies. I'm teaching you how to look at dating as a woman of faith that desires marriage. So how does discernment come into play? How does prayer come into play? I break all of this down for you in the program. But the transformation season serves a purpose, and then there's the revelation season where it's kind of like open season. Everyone can see you. You start having suitors and so on and so forth. Through the Wife in Waiting process, I show you the season you're in and exactly what to be doing at each step of that process. And the reason I wanted to break that down is I don't want you guys to be assuming, oh, it's not my time to get married. That doesn't mean it's not your time to date, because you need to date to get married. You need to meet men to know what your husband looks like. Even in the hidden season, you should still be meeting men. They may not be able to see you as a wife, but they definitely see you as a friend. They definitely see you as a prayer partner. They can see you as a colleague. They can see you as They can see you as a confidant. They can see you as so many other things. So there's you don't want to assume that you're completely in obscurity to the point where nobody is interacting with you of the opposite sex at all. That's not how this works. Right? And even if that is happening, there is a reason attached to it. And in the Wife in Waiting program, how I show you to meet the right men is being able to identify, okay, how are you the right woman by going through what I just broke down? Like, how can we say that you're the right woman? What exactly makes you the right woman for the right man? How are you able to qualify and quantify what that looks like practically? And I break this down for you inside our curriculum. Now, I just really wanted to give that background because I feel like there's so much misunderstanding around the hidden season. It's been over spiritualized to the point where it makes no sense. There's a point for that season, and there's a way it looks, and there's this particular there's a particular reason for it. And if you're not doing any of the above, then you're basically misusing it. Okay? And it could cause delay, it could cause confusion, it could cause frustration. Okay, so this is why I like to break things down practically inside the Wife in Waiting program, so that even if you are not called to get married right now, you know how to be dating, how to be meeting the men, and how to be developing your relationship with the Lord, so that you can easily step into your season of marriage. It shouldn't be difficult. When something is for you, it shouldn't be difficult to get to you. So what I'm really working on with clients in Wife in Waiting is making sure that you can step into your marriage by dating like a wife. It should be so simple, and this is why, my clients come into the program, they're able to find it simple to talk to men. They're able to understand, okay, how do I flirt? How do I initiate conversation? How does it look like when a guy is pursuing me? These are things you can learn right now, right? That are going to serve you in knowing what your husband looks like and how to identify him easily. If you have any questions, guys, drop it in the question box. If we have enough time and you want me to coach you on a very specific issue, just drop coaching in the question box, and I'll see if I can pull you up. Just drop coaching in the question box. Very specific. What I mean, you're able to break down, okay, I'm dealing with A, B, and C. I'm just feeling, I don't know, I'm feeling generous. So if you're in that category, just drop it, and I'm feeling led as well. But yeah, so let's go into the reasons, okay, that the Wife in Waiting program will help you meet the right men. Because I show you how to meet men online and in real life. Because guess what? No one knows where your husband is. Not a clue. No one has a clue, You just really want to make sure that you have created opportunities for him to see you. Okay? If you look at scripture, and I'm going to do another prayer reel. You guys know I like sharing prayers here just to show you how to pray. In Wife in Waiting, it's more specific. Drop it in the question box, okay? So that, as comments are sliding in, I'm able to see your request easily. But yeah, I just want you to create, I basically create opportunities for you to meet men, because I don't know where he is. I don't know how you're going to meet him, but I know it's going to be either online or through your daily routine. It's going to come from somewhere. So what I like to do with my clients, and it has worked, my clients have met their partners, they've met their husbands online, they've met their husbands literally at work, they've met their boyfriends, at events, they've, met their spouses in very different ways. Clients that have come through my program, very different ways, very unique ways. And in some cases, they're even shocked at the simplicity. I was talking to a client about this. She had worked with me. A couple months later, she was getting married. And she was still stunned that it was actually happening. But it was because of the work we had done together. And I remember she said that she had gone into her prayer closet and spoken to the Lord about this man that is now her husband, and the Lord had given her. With my clients, is on really developing that strong foundation with the Lord. She didn't need to go to a pastor for confirmation. She didn't need to go to, I don't know, a prayer community for confirmation. She knew Lord. She knew how to uniquely communicate with the Lord. And this is a non-negotiable in my program. I really show you how to develop that relationship with God, so that because there's certain things He's only going to tell you. He's not going to tell anyone else, no matter how anointed they are. So it's important that you are able to know how He speaks to you. So basically in Wife in Waiting, I show you how to meet men online and in real life. I show you how to connect with quality men by just increasing the opportunities for you to come in contact with men. So using my strategy, like I said, my clients have been able to meet their partners online and in real life. It doesn't matter if you've had a bad dating experience online. I can confidently tell you it's the way you approach online dating. So inside my program, I show you my recommended dating apps and how to use those apps to make sure that you are getting in touch, you're visible to men that match what you are looking for. And my clients have been able to use this particular strategy to connect with men literally within 48 hours. I've seen it happen. And we're currently running an online dating challenge in the Wife in Waiting community, just as an add-on to be able to help my clients to further apply the skills I show them in the curriculum on how to maximize online dating. And then as for dating in real life, in other words, meeting men in your day-to-day routine, I share with you inside Wife in Waiting how to maximize your day-to-day routine so that you are having multiple opportunities to come in contact with men, so that you don't have to do anything stressful or strenuous. It is a very simple process that I outline to optimize your daily routine so that you have multiple opportunities to meet men. That's why my clients are able to meet men literally on a plane, in the grocery store, and just walking down the street, literally. Because it's all about creating opportunities for men to come in contact with you. So I show you how to do that online and offline so that it's easy for you to have multiple opportunities to come in contact with men, and as a result of that, meet quality men. So that's how the Wife in Waiting program makes this easy for you. And if you have any questions about Wife in Waiting, feel free to drop it in the question box. And if you're watching this live, I've pinned the form to apply, because applications will close next week Sunday, after which you cannot apply to the program. Now, another way I do this with clients in Wife in Waiting, how I help them meet the right men, is showing them how to talk to men with ease. A lot of you, maybe you have a struggle of initiating conversations with men. You don't know how to let a guy know you're interested. You're not even sure what it looks like when a guy is interested. That's why you're reading meaning into nothing. Like, oh, he smiled at me. Oh, he liked my picture. None of that means anything. It means absolutely nothing. And the reason that you're having this problem is just because you don't know what it looks like when a guy likes you. If you were talking to more men, if you were having conversations with men, if you were flirting with more men, you will know when a man likes you. You will know what it looks like, and more importantly, you will know when he likes you for the right reasons. So inside the Wife in Waiting program, I literally coach you in a group. So we have dedicated group calls that happen for 2 hours twice a month, where my clients come in and they ask me any questions in their dating experience, because you're all going to be meeting men. That is inevitable when you're inside the program. So they bring those men they are meeting for coaching, and we workshop together on, okay, how do we strategize for you to let him know that you want to go on a date? How do we strategize for you to let him know that you're no longer interested? Because when my clients start meeting men, they notice that their taste change, or maybe what they thought they wanted isn't what they actually wanted when they experience it. So I workshop with you in real time how to make sure that you're talking to men the right way, so that you are refining, so to speak, the quality of men you're meeting and the quality of the interactions you're having with men. And a great thing about the program is, even if you can't show up for the coaching calls live, you can watch the replay. All my calls are recorded, so every single wife in waiting client has access to past calls. And it's so brilliant because it's a community, so women are coming with different dating dilemmas, so you don't have to go through that specific experience to be able to understand what it looks like. And even in some instances, just by listening to what a client is going through, another client gets insight on how to deal with her own situation. And what happens all the time is they're able to use that. Is it glitching? Because it keeps telling me the connection is bad. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going. They're able to use the specific coaching I give to different clients for them specifically. So that's another element of how I help you to meet the right man. Because what's a right, even if we both like tea, let me put it this way. Even if we both like tea, you may like it with sugar and I may prefer it with honey. So it's important to be able to know what's your own, what's the ingredient, so to speak, of your own man looks like, right? And that's what I help you work. I help you work through in coaching and through my curriculum, because we could both be, tea being an analogy for marriage. You could both be looking to get married to, to attract quality men, but the specifics behind your own marriage is very specific, is very unique. It's very detailed to you and to your calling and to your mission. And this is why the Wife in Waiting program outlines through our curriculum the different stages you're going to take, in other words, through the dating process, to be able to choose the right ingredients, so to speak, for the marriage that God has called you to, and to make that process more seamless. So in coaching, I help you work on your dating habits. I help you choose your ingredients, so to speak. I help you get clarity around how to know what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and how it looks like in practice, because a lot of you are just dating based purely on theory. And then when you see the practical element, you start realizing, actually, I'm not even sure I like sugar at all, or even milk. You start seeing things differently when you actually put yourself out there and you're meeting men and you're connecting with them, which is why, once you join the Wife in Waiting program, literally within a couple of minutes, I show you how to set up your online dating profile. I show you exactly what to put on there, how to clean up the way you're presenting yourself online. And you also have access to, how to meet men in real time. Very simple. Meeting men is so easy, right? So that's not even a hurdle you should have. Let me put it that way. And we clean it up right quick inside the program. Now, another way that the Wife in Waiting program helps you meet the right men is I give you a dating plan. So a dating plan is basically my specific prescription to you to get results from where you currently are presently in your dating process. So when clients come into the program, they have 3 things I give them to focus on based on their own unique experiences dating. So it doesn't matter if you've been previously married, you're a single mother, you've never dated. It doesn't even matter if you're stuck in a situationship, or you feel like time has gone past you because you're hitting your 50s or whatever. All these clients I have just mentioned have used my process to attract men in a quality way. So it's not, your situation isn't unique, is what I'm trying to say. And the value of the program is you get a plan, so that I show you exactly how to use my curriculum to your advantage, and where exactly you need to make tweaks in the way you date to start seeing different results with how you attract men, or to start attracting men, maybe if you're not attracting men at all. Now, another thing that we focus on together inside Wife in Waiting is getting you on dates. I like my clients to be going on dates. The other day I was asking them, as part of the challenge, what do they like to do when they're going on dates? Because going on dates should not be it shouldn't be difficult. It should be like, it should be a consistent option for you. Okay, it should be a consistent option. So it shouldn't feel like a nuclear event. In other words, it shouldn't feel odd. It shouldn't feel strange. It shouldn't feel unfamiliar. So I help you as a client really learn how to create opportunities for men to ask you on dates. Not hangout sessions, not sleepovers, sexting, but to ask you specifically to take you out, to ask for the places you like to visit, to request for time to get to know you intimately, and to create an experience that you will enjoy, because that's what a date is. So I create, through our curriculum, I show you how to make that a frequent experience so that you are keeping that man curious. You feel in complete ease through the dating process. You are not intimidated, you are not insecure. If anything, you are enjoying the interaction and the intimacy through which you're getting to know this person. And I've spoken about the community quite a bit, but I love the fact that just by listening to another sister, because we call ourselves sisters, just by listening to another sister's dating the specific issue, you are able to get clarity on your own situation. And sisters, can offer suggestions. They encourage one another. I especially love on our coaching calls, because the community is a key part of how our program is able to keep you accountable. Just by being in a space where you all share the same goal, you immediately have a different level of priority attached to it. Your accountability is different. So that's one of the favorite parts of the program. We have an active community segment where you can drop your questions for me to coach you on. So if you, met a guy today, you're not sure if you want to go on a date with him as soon as next tomorrow or whatever, you just go on the community, drop it, and I coach you in real time. Or you want me to review your profile for whatever reason on online dating, or you initiated a conversation with a guy and you're really excited about it, you drop it in the community and I engage with you on it. So it's active involvement inside the community that you have access to once you become a client of Wife in Waiting. And I've already mentioned my coaching, but I will refer to the value of the coaching calls that we have inside the program, because you can listen to past calls and really get insights from past clients that have gone through the Wife in Waiting process to get their own specific results. And you can play it in real time. All my calls are recorded, and you can easily play them whether you're cleaning or you're on a run or you're in the car, because clients are professional women, usually have busy schedules. And this is why I said you can date even with a busy schedule. It's not a big deal. You can meet men so easily. It shouldn't even be a problem. So the coaching calls are an element of the program whereby you are able to listen and play back to really get clarity on how you're experiencing dating. Okay. And then, if you have any questions, guys, feel free to drop it in the question box. Okay. So the thing is, I really want you to understand this concept of choosing. I firmly believe you get to choose your husband, and you get to, you always have options, because God speaks in a language of abundance. Problem is, you're not utilizing it, right? Because a lot of you are dating out of scarcity, and scarcity presents itself like insecurity. Oh, I don't know if he likes me. Or confusion. Oh, I'm not sure what he meant by that. Or lack of direction. He called today, he didn't call tomorrow. That's not how dating should be working for you. You should always know what is happening. Because when you choose, think about anything you've chosen. You were never confused. You were never in doubt. You were never lacking information. So dating should mirror that. You should be able to choose the way you date. You should be able to choose the men that get your time and your attention. You should be able to choose how you interact with men, how frequently you want. I remember a client, she started attracting men and she wasn't used to it. This is why the program is 12 months, because I fully understand you're going to go through different, when I say different iterations of yourself. You're going to understand that, okay, maybe Kate is going to understand that, oh wow, I'm meeting men much easier than I expected, and that's going to present a different set of questions than where Kate was before the program. And then as you're meeting these men and you're going on the dates and you're interacting with them and you're getting the Wife in Waiting experience, you're going to start noticing that what you actually want and what you thought you wanted are different. And that in itself is going to require you to make some adjustments and shifts, which is why I put the program down for 12 months to be able to help my clients to ease into the process of what it looks like to actually date like a wife. And through that process, I've seen clients get into entire relationships, meet men that they didn't think it was so easy to meet, grow in their careers, get whole professional promotions, realize different things about themselves, change the qualities that they wanted in men. And these are all different clients. I've seen it happen again and again, which is why, the program is pegged down for 12 months, because I want to give you that room to transform into the wife that God has called you to be, so that it's easy for you to attract quality men and ultimately the right partner for you, the right man for you. So you should always be able to have a quality pool to choose from, and trust that that pool is always going to be available to you. I've had clients in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s see a different results just by applying my program steps in how they're attracting men, how men are interacting with them, how men are willing to show up for them, even before the point of, even without, oh, he's my boyfriend or whatever, because they're in that energy of being positioned and learning how to wait in alignment with the marriage God has called them to. So this is the wife in waiting process. You get coaching with me, you get the curriculum, and you get this amazing community of women that you get to learn from. Like I said, I walk you through how to meet men online and offline, basically in real time, how to talk to men, how to initiate conversations with men, how to flirt, how to use your feminine, how you use your femininity in the dating process, how to date multiple men how to go on dates with multiple men without getting attached, so that you can explore your options and really get clarity around the kind and quality of man you want, how to grow your relationship with the Lord, start going on dates frequently, and we have an amazing community. Like I said, I coach you through your habits, and my curriculum, it will definitely transform the way you're experiencing dating. So you can either join the program with the full investment of $3,000 that comes with one-on-one coaching support, or you could join in with a 2-part payment plan of $1,500. So that is the wife in waiting process. Let me see. If you have any questions, drop it in the question box. If you want me to coach you on a very specific issue, then feel free to drop coaching in the question box as well. And this is if you're watching real time. Now, the link to apply for wife in waiting in real time, like if you're watching this live, is here in the video. Otherwise, just click the link in my bio. And if you're listening to this on my podcast, the link is also there. So feel free to apply through those means. Applications will close on the 26th of May, which is from the time of this live, which is next weekend, basically next week Sunday. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions, or if you want coaching on a very specific issue. Drop it in the question box. So I have a question here about the most important things to look out for when meeting someone online. The same thing you look out for when meeting someone offline. That's something people don't understand. The way your dating experience pans out online and in real time is not different. If you have problems talking to men in your daily routine, you're going to struggle with that online as well. If you find that you're attracting guys that are not serious, again, it's something to do with your positioning. It's going to translate online as well. So it's the same thing you look for. It's not different. It's just the platform is different. That's all it is. The platform is just different. So you can, you want to look for guys that are intentional. You want to communicate and have conversations with men that are clear and are consistent. It's the same thing. It's really just the way you're able to filter the information and the way you are able to discern whether or not this person has pure intentions or otherwise. And this is the process I walk you through inside Wife in Waiting, so that you are basically knowing what to look out for. And by doing that, by the process of cleaning up the way you date, you are also making yourself available for more opportunities to meet quality men. Okay, that's really the answer to that. I'm going to give it a couple of seconds. If you have maybe a question, or you want me to give you clarity on a very specific issue, feel free to drop it. Feel free to drop it in the question box. But yeah, like, the whole Wife in Waiting program is structured to make it easy for you to build a quality roster of men today. What I mean by that is you should be able to talk to John, James, and Tunde and have similar engaging experiences. It shouldn't be Tunde is stressing you, Sean is on your nerves, and Jim is really irritating you. But that's how a lot of you have been dating. None of those should qualify to be men that you're even talking to, right? So what I show you how to do in Wife in Waiting is to make sure that the way you're making yourself available and the way you're interacting with men is attracting men that are only providing premium experiences, okay? Not the men that are trying to get you to have sex, or not the men that are trying to waste your time, but men that are genuinely and intentionally interested in getting to know you, in wanting to explore the possibility of a relationship, in wanting to take you on a date. I remember a recent client sharing with me that a man she had met, after she joined the program, was very clear about his intentions, was asking when he can take her on a date, was the one pressing her for her schedule, was trying to make sure that she was available in a way that he could see her as soon as possible. So she was the one getting to choose when she saw him, where she saw him, and what time suited her. And that should be a regular dating experience for you, right? It shouldn't be unusual for guys to want to take you to dinner. It shouldn't be strange for a man to ask you, what are you looking for in a partner? It shouldn't be weird for a guy to be wanting to make you to be exclusive with you. That should be a regular dating experience. And this is what I show you how to achieve in Wife in Waiting. Because when you're dating like a wife, you always have options. You always have options. Even when you're not talking to any men, you always have options. In other words, you can go out, you literally could meet men anywhere. You just know that there are options, right? And it's really a process of changing the way you are dating and changing the way in which you are interacting with men to create that environment to be able to connect with them in a quality way. And that's what I show you how to do through the program. Okay, I'm going to take it that we don't have any questions. But yeah, if you want to become a Wife in Waiting client, then click the link in my bio to apply, or feel free to send me a DM if for whatever reason you can't find the link, even though it's clearly in my bio. But if you can't find it, send me a DM saying wife and I'll share the link with you. I'll review your application and let you know the next best steps for you to take if you're the right fit for the program. And if you're not, I'll give you some alternatives. So I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.